Hello, friends. How's it going? As always, another week of reacting to an Inside Star Citizen video. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, I don't really know. But I used to do coverage of these shows, and I feel bad not really doing any more weekly coverage of the game, so I figured this is kind of like a halfway point. Can still play it and at least show you what's going on, but not put too much time into it. Where's the sound? There it is.
I'm here, back at the top of the show. Must be something different. Now, as Star Citizen continues down this road to Digital Citizen Con this year, longtime viewers may remember that quarter three is...
Can I just say I'm super pumped for CitizenCon? I've got a lot of ideas on what it's going to be, and I'm actually going to host a roundtable with other creators about that, but real excited for this year's. Yeah. Okay, back to it.
And highlight some things that we think are pretty special, the people that bring the verse to life. Now, we're going to take this chance to explore stories that perhaps you wouldn't normally see. In today's case, a look at how some of us got into the industry and how our jobs intersect with the traditional art, design, and programming roles that you're probably used to seeing. We're calling these types of segments origin stories, and we hope it'll help you better know the folks who bring Star Citizen and Squadron 42 to life. Enjoy.
Okay.
Games are really important to me, just personally, professionally. I put a lot of myself into the work. What is interesting is that you realize that every game is a miracle. No 2 days look the same. It's a ton of meetings, removing blockers, highlighting risks, facilitating conversation, asking the dumb questions, basically being a therapist.
Just sneak that Ares in there, huh? Can we see that again real quick? Oh my gosh, these ships look so good. The black one, I thought I was going to like the white one more. The black one. Ooh, with that extra dark cockpit canopy. Those guns are huge. These are size, what are these, 9s or 8s? I don't know, but these guns on these ships, for anybody who's wondering, on the right side, they're sticking out the front of the ship. That's the gun. This whole ship's just built around the gun. It's crazy. It's a nice looking ship.
Asking the dumb questions, basically being a therapist every day, all of that. Both of my parents are in tech. My mom's a project manager and my dad's a business analyst now. I initially wanted to be a professional horseback rider. Midway through university, I really picked back up gaming and thought, hey, they've got to have project managers for games. I didn't even realize producers were a thing. I ended up graduating university administration degree. So found my way into project management, desperately throwing resumes into the industry, just trying to get someone to pick up the phone and give me a call and give me a shot. And started with PlayStation.
I know the feel.
And then ended up coming to SIG about a year ago.
That is awesome. Okay, wait, these are really cool. Also, that was an awesome story. But these are good. These are good. Like, CIG has a good relationship with the community, and it's one that's generally closer than a lot of other companies. But the fact that they're going one step further now and kind of introducing more of the employees to the community and building more of a relationship is good for them and also good for the community. I know a lot of creators have been really close with CIG employees and gotten to know them, become friends, hung out, talked regularly. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I love to see that that's kind of happening more and more. Good stuff.
Since I've been on the team, my proudest moment is the Nova tank. I got to produce that start to finish.
Good tank.
I was the one getting to help the team with estimates all the way at the beginning to getting it out the door to players.
Except for the
it's really
aiming
hard
down
work, and that was a tremendous effort for Fleet Week by the team. Right now we're working on the Starfighter Ares, and there's 2 variants, the Ion and the Inferno.
The maneuvering thrusters on that ship look so cool.
Is a lot of the disciplines feed each other. You're constantly playtesting and finding the fun and saying, oh, well, that doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel cool. And
Again,
finding the fun and saying,
love myself a new
that
ship.
Doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel cool enough. The player isn't going to enjoy that. We need to make changes. So working with our leads and our experts in sort of each discipline that has to touch a ship, how long do you think it's going to take you to do these things based on these list of things that we've identified? And then once we kind of have estimates, we go into kind of scheduling and when can we bring this thing home by.
It's a really
We've got some
great
other
way
things
for
that
them
we're not
to
really allowed to talk about
do
that we're working
something
on,
really
but the one I
productive and
can talk
also
about,
show
though,
us
is
some
that we've
good
just
new
started the
B-roll.
Vulture.
Yes, the Vulture. This is such an important ship. This is it, baby. We've been waiting so long for this. This is going to be kind of like the salvage version of the Prospector. That beginner's first one to two people salvage vehicle.
We will look at how long it's going to take to build this thing. And so that comes in sort of the project management life cycle of defining what scope is. And that's figuring out what it means to build a ship and what it's all going to involve. Being in the right meetings so that you can say, hey, wait a minute, my team's doing this and we need to be involved over here, and have you had this conversation, and oh, by the way, have you thought of this thing? So you're highlighting risks, you're trying to establish strategies to make sure that they don't turn into issues. Once they do turn into issues, how do you deal with that and make sure everything stays rolling and comes out on time? And
oh my
within
gosh,
our quality
oh my
metrics,
gosh,
makes
it's the
the players
actual
happy
Vulture.
and be a soothsayer in that, you know, you're trying to find the things that are going to be problems before they turn into problems. So Vulture is in
New
the early
ships.
White Box stage with
New
our
salvage
lead
ships.
artist and one of our lead designers jumping on it and working on it, and it's early, but it's coming. What is interesting being a game dev and as well as a player is it's a miracle that we get anything done. And so the teams I'm running, from the other producers I'm interacting with to the global initiatives that I'm trying to just make our game dev experience better for people who work here every day, to leading an ERG with some amazing other women, keeping people motivated around me to deliver the miracle every day is the best that I can do, and it's the best that I can hope for.
Production is an essential element throughout all game development. It's that incredibly flexible membrane between departments that helps shepherd each element from one stage to the next.
Jared's always got the most profound intermissions in these shows.
Dedicated to making all things possible.
Who I try to model my scripts after.
Impossible. Now up next, would you believe it's another sprint report? 2 weeks in a row, it must be the road to CitizenCon.
Love a good sprint report. Let's go.
First up, let's take an early look at progress on Refueling, currently in active development. Now, the sprint here was for the EU-PU feature team to see if it was possible to build...
Just in case you didn't know, this is on the monthly report. This was just mentioned for the first time on the monthly report to give you an idea of where something might be when it's first mentioned.
...on work previously done by the EU vehicle tech team for docking, using that as a foundation to push the existing tech further. Now, there was some minor skepticism before it was attempted, but everyone involved was thrilled to discover this early test working.
It's gonna be really hard to do while moving.
It's an auspicious start and a wonderful example of the way one team's work is often used to...
Did Jared just quote? Who did he just quote? What's his name? He quoted the guy from Game of Thrones who's in Squadron 42. It's an auspicious start, he says.
That's quite an auspicious start.
In that Squadron 42 vertical slice. I mean, maybe he didn't quote him. It's a saying, but still, it's the first thing I thought of.
To support others in game development. Now, there's still a ways to go yet, but with the foundation already in place, we can expect development of this feature to continue unabated over the coming months.
Guys, we're seeing it. We're seeing it. This isn't, we're not back in the day anymore. We're not hearing about things that might or might not happen, that might get delayed 2 years. I mean, it could get delayed 2 years. I won't go that far. But we're seeing it actually made. People used to doubt it because they would just hear talk. They just see words. They just get blog posts. We're literally seeing the actual functioning tools, the refueling, the salvage tool, the tractor beam, quantum, like these things are being made in front of us. Finally, it's different. It's phase 4, baby. It's different now.
Switch on over to...
That sounds... Go back and watch my video.
The vehicle experience and feature teams and their work prototyping a new system for bombing, necessary for several spacecraft, including the upcoming Hercules Starlifter A2. So where do you start when prototyping?
I'm actually a bomb, Lamau.
Well, just like with Refueling, you begin first with seeing what you can use from existing systems. And of course, that means taking missiles as they currently are, disabling
Wow.
the ignite feature, and voila, we have bombs. And because everything is systemic, this already allows for some creative use cases. As the best star pilot in the galaxy once said, "I'll try spinning. That's a good trick." Now, of course, nothing in game dev is ever just that simple, but it's a solid place to start as work continues developing an appropriate bomb operator.
Okay, can I just say, like, let me go back to where he explains this.
It's taking missiles as they create a new weapon system.
Listen to this.
Well, just like with refueling, you begin first with seeing what you can use from existing systems. And of course, that means taking missiles as they currently are, disabling the ignite feature, and voila, we have bombs. And
I love it that the game engine has been being built, and other game engines and games are built like this too, but I love that it's been being built in a way that allows for them to do that too. Look at what they need to do and then figure, okay, well, let's just jerry-rig something else into it to save some time and effort, man hours. That feels like really efficient production. Good for them.
The vehicle experience team is also working on intoxication effects when flying, which includes a delay in player input.
Also on the monthly report.
For input severity.
There's a blood drug level in the bottom left.
The harder it gets to control, as well as a variable inserted at random just to make things interesting. Now what you're seeing here is without the double vision screen effect, but let's turn that on and whoa, that's a lot of Radagast.
This is like what it already looks like while I'm flying.
A little too much. It still needs some balancing. Meanwhile, work continues on the Aegis Redeemer with this look at the gray box progress of the remote turret bay. Man turrets.
Definitely seeing some Aegis in there. They
Habitation
love that
bar.
little like pillowy effect on the cockpit. Is that storage? Guess it makes sense for this ship to have some storage. That effect, that thing right there.
Armory.
This is a larger ship than I thought. Maybe it just
Machine
seems
section.
larger. No, this is pretty large. It's got like 2 full decks. I thought it was kind of like Prowler size, maybe a little bigger.
And a look at final art progress on the
Okay,
rear
no.
entranceway.
Way bigger than Prowler size. Wow. That's huge. That's like Connie sized almost. Not as long.
314 brings with it the first iteration of Orison, but the work doesn't stop
That's
there.
nice. Freaking wait. Hold up. What is this?
314 brings
That is some nice looking freaking. I want to go. They better.
with it the first iteration of Orison,
I
but the
want
work
this.
doesn't stop there, as these concepts for the upcoming Crusader showroom can attest. Now, the Crusader showroom is the crown jewel
Dang.
of Orison, your one-stop shop to learn all there is to know about Crusader.
They should have put
ships,
the actual
past
ship
and
up there.
present, and built so that new offerings can rotate in for the future. And someday, the Genesis Starliner is going to be in here, and you're really going to see Disco's favorite ship in action.
The Starliner.
Finally, before we let you go this week, a special treat. Let's jump way
Pyro?
ahead and take a look at current work on the planets of the upcoming Nyx system.
Nyx.
An unclaimed frontier whose highlight is often considered to be Delamar, the moon-sized asteroid longtime backers may remember as a temporary resident of the Stanton system.
What's the scale here?
Now,
Are
what
we
you're
far
seeing
away
here
from
are
the ground, or are we
height
really
map
close
paintings,
up? We're
a
far away.
process we've showcased in depth on
Wow.
previous episodes of Star Citizen Live, but without an atmosphere, so that artists and directors can properly judge the colors being applied to various shapes. Now, what's really exciting here is that through a new refinement of process,
These are
we
some
can now
very
avoid the
interesting.
paint by numbers
Ooh.
rings that have plagued prior efforts when artists try to get exceptionally bold with contrast in terms of value and hue, and are instead now getting these beautiful gradients that move through the terrain, giving us the options of both soft transitions and hard edges.
I
where
cannot
appropriate.
believe. I cannot believe that this is the 3rd system that we're getting. 3rd. Like, they're going to be working on this technology for years, and this is the third system in the game.
So far, this new refinement
Oh my
process
God.
has proven super promising, and the planets of the Nyx system are progressing in very interesting directions that have everyone working on them super excited by what's possible. Now, it'll be a while before we see Nyx in the persistent universe, but you can be certain we'll continue to follow along with its progress over the coming months. Just wow.
Seriously,
I've been
wow.
doing this a long time, and just when you think you've seen everything from the planetary teams, they're wizards, Harry.
They are very good at their work. Like, sure, there's not that much gameplay. The game is pretty glitchy.
Well, we were reminded that production is an
It's not a true MMO because we can't all group up and all that stuff. There are problems with this game, but where this game shines, it freaking shines. The planets, especially. Holy crap. Our third system. That's crazy to me. That is crazy. We have a lot to look forward to. It sucks because it's a matter of time and that time's taking forever, but like, this company has proven that they've got the passion and the talent to make some really, really good stuff. Anyways, thank you everybody for coming to this video. Again, I don't know why I'm doing this, but they're kind of fun. And like, I like talking about this stuff, so I figure I'll post it, and if somebody wants to watch it, they can watch it. If you do enjoy these though, make sure to subscribe. Come check out my stream. I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And I generally talk about this stuff much more in this case rather than how I talk about it normally on YouTube. So if you'd like to come chill, come chill. And if you enjoy Star Citizen, check out more of my videos. Thanks again for coming. See you guys next week. Or tomorrow. Or today. When does 314 come out? Yeah. See you later.